Okay, can you see my screen, guys? I hope everyone can see the screen. Okay, guys, this converting meeting recording, is this also visible? Is this converting meeting recording, is this also visible? Okay, okay. Yeah, so we were saying that using absolute Xpath is not a recommendable this thing. Okay, so I think people are clear on this now. Let's move ahead now. Yeah, so sorry, I was showing you this thing. Okay, so I was showing you how do you write your Xpath. Okay, so guys, Xpath, I'll give you an idea today, but Xpath itself is a session, I would say, because there are a lot many things, you know, in Xpath, which is to be learned. But just to give you a basic idea, so it starts with // and then based on the type, right, you have to specify the type tag. Okay, now let's say input. My tag is input. So if you see how many elements, let me move this. Okay, guys, is it visible or should I? Now I think it's visible. Okay. Okay, so it's saying 1 of 17, guys. What exactly it is saying? It is saying 1 of 17. 1 of 17 means it has found 17 elements which are matching my XPath. Okay, so this is one of the best features in Google Chrome. You can just specify. Now, you specify the tag and then you put square brackets. Okay, guys, can you see this? I am putting square brackets over here. Okay, you specify the path and then I'm putting square brackets. Clear? Now, within square brackets, what do you want to specify? Within square brackets, what do you want to specify? Let's assume, you can hover over this particular element. Okay, let's say this. And it says ID. I have the ID, right? So now within input, what parameter do you want to use? Okay, what property of that particular element you have to use? So there are various tags, right? You have name, you have ID, you have various things. So let's say I'll say ID. Okay, I have my ID. Now your ID equals to something. Okay, @ID, you can specify @ID equals to, and then single quotes, guys. Okay, single quotes you have to write. Okay, let me check the ID first. What's the ID exact? This is the ID. Let me check if this works. Okay, this is working. So what we have to specify, so guys, we have to focus on the syntax, not exactly syntax also you can try and error, but you should get the logic behind. How do you find? So // after that you have to specify the type, the HTML type. It can be input, it can be A is used for link, it can be spam, it can be div, it can be anything, right? And then you have to specify the parameter, on which particular parameter. Can't see writing. Can't see writing as in, can you see this screen, guys? This screen, I'm not writing anything, I'm just showing you this particular screen, this area. Yes, okay, yeah, so I'm not, zoom bar is overlapping it. Is this particular area visible, guys? /input @ID, this particular area which has been highlighted. Okay, yes, so that is exactly what I'm trying to show you over here. Okay, so I am saying your tag should be input, and then on which parameter I'm saying ID is equal to this. Using this, you can specify, you can identify XPath. Now, let's say I want to use name instead of using, okay, the name is also same, so I'll not delete it. I'll say name is equal to something. Okay, so you can just specify the name and the value. Okay, you can specify the ID and you can specify the value. Okay, so if you use this on your Eclipse screen, if you use this, I'm not going to use this, but it will work. Okay, so instead of using by.id, and specifying the ID over here, what's the ID? This is the ID, right? And instead of specifying the ID over here, I am using by.xpath. Simple, I'm using by.xpath, and I'll specify this particular ID over here. Okay, but I'm doing this is the easy way, right? It's already available, and I'm making it more difficult and using Xpath. You should not do this. Okay, if the ID is available, go and use the ID. Okay, now we'll focus. Okay, so we have seen Xpath. Okay, this is just the basic of Xpath, right? There are a lot many concepts like how do you find all the childs of a particular node? How do you find the precedence of a particular node? How do you find siblings? How do you find parents, ancestors? A lot of many things, guys. This, if I focus on this, it will be an entire section. Okay, I'll plan for that. Now let's say I want to find all the links which are available in this particular website. So simple method A. So guys, A is used to represent the links. Okay, so if I click on enter, see, this is one of the link, right? Orange HRM INC. This is one of the links. 1, 2, 3. So these are all not many links. Some of the links might be available, but they do not have any text, right? They might not be even visible on the UI. Okay. So you have this link. Now let's say which link can we use? Okay, let's say this link. Forgot your password link. It was over here, right? Forgot your password. Okay. Now I want to use this particular link, and for link, what can you use? What can you use for link? Anyone? Any idea? Can someone give me the syntax of /a, and then how can I identify link? This is my link. Forgot your password. Okay, someone is saying LinkText. Okay, this is my link. Forgot your password. Anchor tag. Okay, now let's just assume. Okay, I'll say, how do you identify link? I don't want to sleep over here. Okay, so I'll say driver dot find element by dot. Let's see the method for link. So it says two methods we have. We have LinkText and we have PartialLinkText. Okay, two methods are available to find the links. We can have LinkText and we have PartialLinkText. I'll say by LinkText, and I have copied that, right? Forward your password. And let's say I want to click. Will this code run? Okay, it's running. Now let's just imagine. Okay, so by dot LinkText we have, and we also have one method we saw, right? What was that method? Driver dot find element. Driver dot find element by dot PartialLinkText. Let me bring my chat window over here. Okay, so PartialLinkText. Why should we use PartialLinkText? First of all, we have a simple method by dot LinkText. So why do we have this PartialLinkText? Guys, this is one more thing. This is quite simple. If I put password over here, it will execute, and I know, and even you know. But why do we have this method? To short the link text. Okay. So KVL is saying if text is lengthy. So just if the text is lengthy, we have this particular method by PartialLinkText. No need to give full path name here when the link is very long. Yes, I can understand. Okay, let me just run this. Let's try to run this. The PartialLinkText. It's not working. Or is it working? I actually didn't saw it. Did it work? Okay, sorry. Oh guys, I have to use dot click. Okay, only then I'll be able to see. Okay, yeah. So meanwhile, let's focus on. So why do we use PartialLinkText? Yeah, it's working. So just because the length of the link is big, we have this method PartialLinkText. I mean, there might be some other reasons, right? Okay, this can be one of the reason you can specify in interviews, but you have to do something more. Okay, so let's assume let's assume, okay, let's assume you are uploading a file, okay, on an internet. Let's assume you are uploading a file. So you have seen YouTube videos and you upload YouTube videos. In any cases, right? If you are uploading something on a website, okay, and then you want to click on your file, you upload. So what happens is when you upload something on your website, I'm just giving you a hypothetical example, okay, guys? When you upload something on a website, okay, and then that file link, I would say that file link is displayed, okay, file link is displayed, okay, and you have to click on the link. You have to click on the link, and then file will download. Simple. Now, let's say that particular link, you uploaded a file, okay? You uploaded a file, and there is a link. The name of the link is link. I mean, I would say the link text. Your link text is link. So you can use by.linkText, and you can specify link, and you can .click over here. Simple, guys. Okay, everyone knows this, right? This is clear, guys, right? If you upload a file, okay, and the link of that particular file, I mean, your visible text is link, you can simply click on this and it will work. Okay, guys, this is clear. Okay, this is clear. Now, let's assume, no, okay, on this particular same thing, when you upload a file, now your file name is, let's say test. Okay, your file name is test. And now the link which is being displayed is, it's parameterized. The link is displayed as your file name, and then it says something like underscore URL. Okay, it's appending with URL, something like this. Okay, your link is something like this, file name and your URL. So in this particular scenario, what is your link? Your link is test URL. Okay, guys. So what I can do is I can take the file. Okay, I'll copy this and I'll paste it over here by .linkText. It will work. Fine. Now let's see tomorrow. If you want to run this, if your file name is now tomorrow, if your file name is, let's say, CSV file. Now, what is the name of the link, guys? What is the name of the link now? Okay, what is the name of the link which will be displayed on the UI? Yes, anyone can type the name of the test.csv? No, CSV plus URL. My file name is CSV file. This is my file name. Exact file name is CSV file. So it will say CSV file, your file name, right? Your file name and appending with URL. So my file name is CSV file and URL. Okay, CSV file and URL. And now when you click on this link, now this is different link. This is different link. Okay, so don't you think there is no guaranteed way of using by.linkText, because LinkText is changing each and every time, guys. Okay, LinkText is changing each and every time. Okay, and this is called as dynamic link. We are generating dynamically. We are generating your URL. Dynamically, we are generating your link text. Okay, your link text is changing based on the file parameter, and this can change on any parameter, right? Let's assume you write your name. Okay, it says enter your name. Okay, and then based on your name, it will give you something, a link. So your link text will keep on changing in terms of dynamic URL, and then you have to use by.PartialLinkText. There are other ways as well, right? By link text starting with this, ending with this, something like that also. We can use that also. But currently we are focusing on link text and partial link text. Then you can use partial link text and you can specify URL over here. Okay, you can specify URL over here, and based on that it will identify. Okay, now if you use URL, you can get lot many things, but again, this is generic example, that is why its name is URL, but in real time it would be something meaningful. Okay, so guys, so there's one proverb in chess. Okay, people say if you have find a good move, right? I'm not sure if people play chess over here, but when you play chess, okay, and you find a good move, people go on tempt to, okay, I have a good move, let's play. So people say when you have found a good move, go for a better one. Okay, and this rule applies not only in chess but in your general principle as well. If you have found something good, go for the better one. Okay, so even this, if this particular question is in your interview, right, and if the interviewer asks what is the difference between link text and partial link text, you have found a very good move and a very good answer, that the text of this particular link is very big and the code doesn't look good, and to keep the code clean we can use partial linked and all this thing. This is a good move, but try to go for the better move, and this is the better move. Okay, okay, so we have seen this. So guys, I'll not write the link text over here and execute. I mean, you know it will execute. Okay, right? So that is not important. Now we have seen, I think we have seen all of this URL as well, Xpath. Now, how do you specify the preference? Okay, so simple thing is, when you work in a company, you have your ID. ID is the best. Okay, so I'll say your ID is the best one. This is the best one, ID. Okay, CSS also works good. Our ID is the best. I don't think, and it's the fastest way. I don't think anyone can compete with ID. Then you have CSS and these Xpath also. I'll say this is priority 2. Okay, Xpath and CSS, I think both work good. Some people say that CSS is a bit slow. Some people say same thing, like Xpath is faster than CSS, but I haven't observed. But yeah, some people, you people can do some research on this. But I'll say CSS and Xpath both are equally same. You can use interchangeably. So Mohit is saying CSS is faster as per web. Yeah. How to select advanced Xpath? Yeah. So that's what Surendra. So for Xpath, I'll have to conduct one entire session for Xpath, because there are a lot many features which are available in Xpath. Okay. There are a lot many features. So I'll cover that. Don't worry. Okay, guys. So in terms of ID, I would say use best the ID. Then you can use CSS or you can Xpath. Class, I would say go for last. And when you are saying for link, I would say LinkText is the best. Partial LinkText, you should go for dynamic. And if nothing is available, then you should go for partial LinkText. Okay, now, since we started at 8, it's 9 o'clock. Can we see something else? Like for 10-15 minutes, let's see web elements, maybe. We know find element, right? We know find element. And now we have find element. So yesterday I told you, what does find element return? Or what does find element return? First thing, first this. What is this returning you, guys? This is returning you web element, perfect. And what is this returning you? Oh, sorry, I have returned, this should be web element. Single web element. Yeah, I'm talking about this one, second one. Yeah, this is returning you a list. Okay, some people are saying list of web elements, perfect. Okay, so we people are already aware of all these things. So we can do this quickly. So it's saying list of web elements. Okay, now let's just say, let's comment all these things. And I don't have to even log in also. Okay, a lot of practice actually, guys, you can do without logging in the system itself. You know, a lot of learning can be happen on this particular page itself. Let's say I want to get all the URLs on this particular page. All the URLs. Okay. How do you get all the URLs? You can say driver.find elements. Okay. I'm trying to find by dot what? By dot tag name. Okay. Someone is saying by dot tag name. And what's the tag name for URL? A. Will it work like this? Okay, let's see. Let's see, no worries. So first of all, I want to print all the URLs. Will this line print? Or should I use, what should I do now? What should I do? So this is where you should have to learn. You have all the URLs, but now what should, okay, Priyanka is saying sys out. Okay, yes, what should I sys out? Mohit is saying get text, but what should I get text? I mean, on which particular variable? Okay, so you can say driver that, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can say driver, or don't you think if I'm, okay, Saloni is saying save in variable, yes, okay, that's fine, save in variable, that's good. So store in list. So when you hover on this particular find element, it's saying it will return you list of web element. So first thing is, let's try to save it somewhere. Okay, let's try to web element, and this is my list. This is my list is equal to this. Sorry, it's list. Okay, sometimes it might give you an error. You have to just simply import it, guys. Okay, if it gives you an error, one second now. Let's assume if this is not present, and if this is not present, okay, this might give you. Sometimes it gives you like this. Import from java.util, okay, because all these are, and this you can import from org to OpenQ Selenium. Simple. Now we have, this is the element which contains all your information. Now, what should I print? Should I print? Will this work? Let's try. I'll use driver. This line, I don't think, I think I should delete all this. I think we don't need all this thing. Thank you, guys. Thank you all.